Hey everybody, we're gonna talk about cake dams today. Whenever I see a cake that has been frosted, it looks like the filling's kind of popping out a little bit, that tells me that the cake probably needed a dam, okay? So what's a dam and when might you need it? A dam is a firmer filling, like a buttercream, like a ganache that's almost set. It could be an American buttercream, a Swiss buttercream, but it's a filling that is firmer that we pipe around the rim of the cake so that when we put the softer filling inside of that, like a lemon curd, like a fruit filling, whatever it may be, that soft filling doesn't burst out the side of the cake, okay? So it's all about keeping those softer fillings inside. It's a dam. It's literally a dam. So dams are very structural, okay? So think about them like this. When might you need them? You definitely need them if you have a soft filling, okay? And don't forget, we're talking about the consistency of your filling at room temperature, okay? Your filling might be pretty firm when it's chilled. However, if you're making a wedding cake, for example, and that cake is gonna be sitting on a display for 2, 3, or 4 hours at room temperature and a warm temperature, that filling that was firm when it was cool may not be so firm when it's at room temperature or warm, okay? So keep that in mind. Now you can see I'm not even using a piping tip for this. It's really not necessary. What's necessary is making sure that we have a nice ring that is protecting our filling from popping out, okay? Some people will try to start piping their dam about 1/4 inch from the outer edge of the cake. Some people want to have a very thick, a very tall dam. Okay, there's lots of ways of doing this. The way that I think about it is that this dam cream is not necessarily the cream that I want to be showcasing. It's not the filling that I really want everybody to be getting a piece of in their mouth, right? It would be, in this scenario, my lemon curd, let's say. That's the filling that I really want people to get a nice big mouthful. So I always try to find the balance between having the smallest dam that I can have while making sure that it's also structurally sound, okay? Now, you also need to make sure that your dam height is taller than your soft filling, okay? Because essentially what's gonna happen is we wanna make sure that when we put that second layer on, this dam is sealing these two cake layers together, that there's not any bit of this softer filling that's coming out of that dam, okay? It's very helpful to make sure that your dam is slightly taller than the filling that you put inside, okay? Then you would just go about filling in whatever soft filling you have. It could be a pudding, it could be a whipped filling, it could be a fruit filling like this, it could be a jam, it could be a jelly. Again, if it's soft, okay, then you wanna make sure that we're protecting this filling, making it stay inside by piping this dam, okay? My soft filling is lower than my dam. That makes me feel better because I know that when I put this top layer on here, that dam is gonna meet this layer and that filling is gonna stay right where it needs to go. Now I have a little 4-inch cake, 2 layers, okay? I'm not super concerned that this soft lemon curd is gonna come out with this dam here, okay? But let's say we had a very big cake. We're stacking now, okay? I'm gonna start to be maybe a little bit concerned that the size of this dam isn't substantial enough to hold that filling in, okay? In that case, what you can do is you can give it another little ring at this point, and when I make that second ring, I'll kind of make it a little more inside of that first one. And if you have a really big cake, okay, imagine that soft filling, like let's say we had like a 10 or a 12 or a 14-inch base, right? That soft filling, sure, it's being held up on the edges by the dam, but the center of your cake might start to want to sag on you. And in that case, you can add the option, and I would have done this before I put my filling in, but you have the option of also piping in a center, like a column of this buttercream. I saw somebody else do this and I was like, man, that is an excellent idea, okay? Don't remember who it was, can't give them props, but this is a really great idea. So you can do that as well, and so then when people are slicing into this cake, instead of having all that filling kind of burst in, you know, you cut into the cake and it dips down, this is a nice way to prevent that as well, okay? So we've got our dam on, we're gonna put our top layer on, you wanna line it up. Sometimes I look from the top, and then I give it a little press. I like to give it a press. I like for that filling to come out just a little bit when I give it that press, because then what I do is I will take my offset spatula and really get in there and make sure that that dam is secure. I might even add a tiny little bit more right here. So nice and secure. I'm feeling really good about this. I'm gonna chill this cake before I frost it, and this is not going anywhere, okay? So that lemon curd is staying right inside where it belongs. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know if you have any questions about dams. Happy caking.